What's up, YouTube? So I got this complaint that not the windows aren't going up all the way, and actually I can see right there. See that window's down, not all the way up, which is bad in Oregon because it's rainy season's pretty much getting ready to start. It's kind of funny. It's the same with this back one here. So I think I know what's going on. So I got myself some heavy-duty silicone spray, and first we'll see what the windows are doing or not doing. Alright, just got the ignition in there and kind of turn it on so the window's working. This is the front one. It's working, but it's not working very well. But let's see what the back one does. Seems to go down fine. Oop, well that's not good, it doesn't go up. That one barely goes up. Let's see. So let's see if I can figure out. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try spraying the silicone in there. See if this, try it from here. So I might know what that is. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking my can here and spraying it alongside the edges here. And I kind of had to see if I have to do this again. Can't do it with one hand, so I pull up on it and push the button. And I'm gonna try working it back and forth, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. I'll keep you updated as I keep working on this. Okay, all I'm doing is get my silicone spray, and I'm just spraying it along the edges here. And I also sprayed along this back lip here and the front lip. And now I'm just kind of working it. Before I had to do it by hand, and see it's getting better. So that rubber gets kind of sticky, and it can almost go up. It's going down a lot better. But when I first started on this, you saw it went down and wouldn't go up at all. So essentially that's what I'm going to do, is just keep lubricating those rubber spots and working the window until I can get it to function correctly. And that should be pretty much a common fix for especially the older Hondas. The window sills just get kind of brittle, and you can feel it. It's a lot slipperier now with that silicone spray. But I'll put a link to the spray below. I like the CRC heavy duty silicone. It seems to work well. I'll put a link on that down there. But essentially that's what I'm going to do, get these windows working. So with this video, I hope this video helps you out. The rest of it, maybe I'll show you when I get it working well. So I'll have a little bit more of this. Alright, so after working on the window, I got it kind of working good. But it's sounding pretty gritty inside here. And it won't quite go up all the way. It's missing it by about an inch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take off this door panel and see what's going on inside of there. So I'll show you how to do that. So I usually work on DXs, and this is an EX, which means it's got power windows and stuff. So it should be pretty much the same, except for there's going to be connectors to this stuff. So I'm just going to kind of wing this. I got a tool I like to use to pop the panels off, and I'm going to get a small screwdriver. And I'll show you what this looks like after I get it out. So too small. I'll show you what I'm working on there. So, see if I can't. It's pretty bright out here.
See if this is coming out on camera or not. There's a little plug right in there, and I just gotta get a good sized screwdriver, just not too big, not too small, pop that plug out. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'll show you. Looks like I gotta find a screwdriver, so I'll show you when I get that out. So I got the piece out. It's just got a little place for your screwdriver to go in there, and you wedge it out. And this one was like really stuck in there. Sometimes people spill sodas and stuff in there. So what I did is I shot some of my silicone spray, this stuff down here. Just shot some of that down in there, and that loosened it up and let me pop it out with just a screwdriver. And this works really good. This tool here, I can get just one of those legs is just about the right size to get that in there and help wedge it in there. Anyways, inside, once you pop this piece out, then there's a Phillips screwdriver in there, so I'm just going to take that Phillips screw out. So I got the Phillips screwdriver out of this hole. If you have a telescoping magnet, these come in handy because after I got it loose, I just put it in there and it sucked it right out. And then next there's a Phillips screw right here, so I'm going to take that out. Okay, I'm having a hard time seeing what you're seeing on camera, just because it's so bright out here. So, it's showing up here. Yeah, I think you can see that. So, I took the Phillips screwdriver out of here, and then there's a trick. There's some latches that hook in to these plastic deals, and just know this, if you look in there and you can see the little the hole line up, you try to slide it forward or slide it back, and it'll only slide one way. In this case, it's going forward. And you can see it disaligned. See how I slid it forward and it came right out? So let me get a top view of this for you. So you see these hooks here? A lot of people don't realize these are like that, and they'll break these off and then you're out of handle. So that's the idea. See, I couldn't tell. I wasn't 100% sure, so I tried sliding it back. It didn't go. I slid it forward and it just rocked right out. And so that's how you take those out. And it looks like, I'm not sure if that screw in there is a player or not, but I'm going to try popping the door panel next. I'll show you that if that's successful. Okay, next what I did was worked on this piece here. There's a bar in there that goes in through here. You just take a little screwdriver and you flip this around 180, and then you can lift that bar out and then take this piece out. Here's a better picture of those clips back there that I was saying don't break off. So I got that off, and then there's a screw on this side here that works for the switch. I don't think you have to take it out. I took it out just in case. And it's almost ready to come out. I went through with my door panel tool and just gently would feel for little spots and then pop them loose. And so that's where I'm at. Just be real gentle, because like I'm not 100% sure if I'm missing a screw anywhere. So by being gentle, you won't break anything. So I'll show you after I get this panel off. Alright, this thing's pretty much ready to come off. I took this one last bolt. So, yeah, I guess it's a bolt. It was inside there. You just take that off. And that was the last piece holding on. So you shouldn't have to mess with this switch deal. It won't hurt anything if you loosen it up. So then, after popping around the edges here, there we go. Now gently lift this out, and I can see there's two cables hooked on. I got a light cable, which I forgot to turn off the power. I need to do that. Should turn off the power. Let me hook this back on. But I'm gonna disconnect the cable here, and for that little light down there. So let me turn off the power, and I'll be right back for that. Okay, we're taking the door off. I'll flip this around, let you see. There's a connector hooked onto here, and I'll show you that in a second, and then a connector hooked onto here. This one was pretty easy to take off. There's those clips. When you go to put this door panel back on, this door panel is like in really good shape for this old of a door. Spray some silicone spray on these, and that'll pop those connectors in. And so when you just fill in with your popping tool and gently pop those out, and then that's how you get your door off. So let me put that in here, and I'll show you these connectors here. This bottom one, where's it at there? This bottom one here Alright, the sun is really in my eyes. Sorry about this. I just squeezed this back tab, and it slid right out. On this one, you had to kind of reach in and squeeze the tab in the front. So I used panel tool to do that. You go in, squeeze down, and then it'll come out. It looks like you squeeze the back, but you can't. You got to squeeze the front, and that'll allow it to release. And so next we got our, zoom back out, we got this plastic stuff. When I first started working on cars, I was like, oh, why they put this plastic junk up here? And I used to just take it off. Turns out that that's really important. The reason why that door panel is in such good shape is because whoever worked on this before put it back. And duct tape is your friend with these. And if you tore this all up not realizing it or something, just get a sheet of plastic, cut it out, and use duct tape to put it back on. Because what this does is all windows leak. No matter what anybody tells you, they leak, and the water will run down into the door panel. And that plastic, along with air, but mostly that plastic helps keep the water off your door panel, and that'll keep it from, you can tell door panels that haven't been done right. Here, I'll show you an example. See this one over here? I think that's showing up. Darn, it is bright out here. I cannot see anything. Hopefully you can see that the cloth is separating from there. That's because I bet you if I open that one up and look, see, this one's a little bit separated from the top, but it's for the most part intact. The moisture, when it rains and stuff, will seep through and get on to the door panel there, and that water will cause the glues and stuff to separate, and that's how your interior looks so bad. So put those vapor barriers, they call them vapor barriers, but I think they're more water barriers, really keep the moisture off of your door panel. So anyways, enough of preaching about that. I'm just going to probably take this screw off here and take that piece off, and then peel this back and see what I'm up against. Alright, let's see how well this shows up. What I did is, on the door panel that's got the screw in the front here, I took this out, and I was able to take the switch out. You kind of like, it's got a 90-degree bend on it. You get it out as much as you can, then you have to like twist it kind of funny, but it will come out. And see if this shows up. The screw that holds it in right here, it kind of stays in there, so just make sure you're not hung up on that when you're taking it out. So I got that hooked back on there. Let me see if this will show up. What I want to show you, I'll zoom into this area here. Oh, there's my switch right here. So now it works, or see. But I want to zoom into this little hole here, and hopefully this will show up on camera. And when I go down, see how dirty that window is? I cleaned the top part, or it's been cleaned just on its own. But it's had a lot of dust and stuff. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray silicone inside the lower part of the tracks. There's the tracks that run up down here, and then on this side there's some tracks that run down in here. And I'm just going to spray that silicone, and it's the same tracks that you see up here. It just keeps continuing on down, and same with the back. It's those tracks right there, they keep continuing on down. So I'm going to lube that up and work it up and down, see if we can get this window working really good. Alright, this one's pretty much done. I'll show you what I did. I got the window working a lot better, but I found a problem, and I'll show you what that is here at the end. But let's see. So here's the, whoops. Still sounds kind of sick, but at least it goes up almost all the way. And I'll show you why it's not going up all the way here in a second. But it goes down really good. And some things that some of these bolts were loose. So there's one there, one in the center here, two up top. This is what holds the little motor that you hear spinning on. And right through here you can access this one back here. And the side ones control the positioning of these. So I kind of loosened it up and realigned it a little bit, and that helped a little bit. The middle one, if you look down through here,
there's a, see if I can get my hand in there. See my hand, there's a track there. That's kind of like the center track. And see this plastic piece right here? I lubed this up. That cable was really dirty, so I just sprayed some silicone as I went up and down, because that cable goes in and out to make the window go up. And then from down below here, see if my hand's showing up down there, sprayed along the tracks down there. And you can get pretty good access to them through these side holes here. Same with this one here. And but I found this in there, and what happens is, see if I can figure this out. I think it goes like that, but you can see there's a groove on the top, and that's for that cable right there. So that piece broke off. Looks like to me it broke off right there, and so you're missing, or this car's missing part of the. This cable should have more tension on it, but because that piece broke off, it's actually down farther than it should be. So that's why it's not able to roll up all the way. But it is at least able to roll up enough to get the keep the water out, because it was only going like, well, I don't know if when I first started this, it was hardly going up and down at all. So it probably needs, it looks like it's enough to seal it, but it should go all the way up the top. And the reason why it's not going all the way top is because that piece that I showed you is about that short on the cable. So I gotta look into that. So all you do at this point, you know, I tightened up those bolts. You'd put this vapor barrier back on. It's got little plastic clips that help hold on these corners here. But usually when you take them off, they tear. Like this one's kind of torn a little bit. So again, duct tape's your friend on that. And so just duct tape that back up, and you just put this door back together the way you took it off. Anyways, I hope that gives you an idea of what those are. Probably what I'm going to do is see how hard I probably have to take this out. Looks like the connectors come off here and here. Maybe go out to the junkyard and see if I can find one. And it looks like you'd have to take the whole window out, because that's probably one unit. It probably takes out that bottom bolt, these two tops, and you probably have to take the whole window out to get the motor. It's probably all one big piece, so I'll have to look into that a little bit. So that's what really needs to happen on this car, is get that whole window regulator, because I doubt if you can just fix just that plastic piece. So anyway, so that's it for this video. I hope this helped you out a little bit if you're having window trouble. And if you like this video, hit like, and if you want to see more like this, hit subscribe, and you'll see them as they come out. Thank you.